Howdy hackers, and welcome to another episode of FairLight TV. I can only do it with one hand because I'm holding the camera with the other one. So I'm now in the little village of Kvidinge, which is in the southern part of Sweden. So Scania is the southern landscape in Sweden, where this is sort of the northern part of the Swedish, the most southern landscape, Scania. We are at the Folkets hus. That will be here, people's house. Yeah, there are kind of localities such as this one in quite a few of the villages in Sweden, which is a very good place for you can rent them and you can have any sort of activity there. And now this weekend we will have Pågadata. So I will bring you indoors in Folkets hus in Kvidinge. Yeah, this is really early. I'm here as sort of number 2, I think. The big hallway with a stage with a rather large screen there. Let's see what we have here. I've taken the inner spot there. Here we would have the organizer's table with the studio, where there will be a compo machine. There is a C64, there will be an Amiga eventually, and HDMI switching and audio switching and stuff to produce stuff that would eventually go online, and the router is there for the, I guess, party Wi-Fi, and yeah, so power is distributed. There are cords all over the place, and on this side we have sort of a kitchen. So there you would have Skuggan, one of the locals, who's a great good friend of mine, and his son and son's friend, and they will do a bit of the kitchen activities here. So burger frying, and one of the new invention here is beer parking. You can hand in your beers and they would cool them for you, and then you can pick them up whenever you want. So that's a very great new thing. See you. Level of concentration high.
Med den så. Jag tänkte mig så att man kan komma in och dit här så. Exakt. Exakt. Jag lyfter en sak här lite. Den kör vi igång.
Showing you the Scanian flag, so very local patriots here. I'm in the middle of testing the upcoming FairLight demo here. It's built on the fact that when you store in the color register, or at least in the screen color register on the also DO20 and DO21, if you store that on a new VIC, there is a little gray pixel that sort of precedes the color you're poking into that register. That's not a visible artifact on the previous VIC, but it is an artifact on the newer VICs. It seems the compo machine has an old VIC, so we have the issue that the demo doesn't work on the compo machine. But there are a few real C64s here, and several of them would have sort of the new VIC. So we would eventually need to kind of source one of those when the demo is going to be presented. So I think we're good. Approaching midnight on the Friday, and I'll just take a little round here. So Fågadata and Tufao playing that scene-related game that Kim from CSTB is doing.
Maybe you want to have a drink.
Mr. Colocycler is here, so... I will leave in 10 minutes because my wife is fetching me, but I will be here tomorrow as well, so that's fine. Tape rope, try it. And this is the fria båd.
Tvinga mig
Fria båd.
och se till att...
Ah, okay. Yeah. So the bar is hosted by one of the BBSs. That's what BBSs are. Self-service. Are they Amsterdam cookies or?
It's spiced cookies.
Spice cookies. Nah, I'll wait for tomorrow. So the corner is for Amiga! And that tickles some nerve.
P61.
Okay, a number of people are sort of outside here. Let's see who's outside. Yeah, not too many. Still a few. Still a few. Yeah, that was, I think, everything for today. So see you tomorrow. My time, your time, it's only a few seconds. Yes, this is the first thing in the morning. Here again with the Scanian flag and FairLight blanket. If you have nothing else to do and you really want to do something scene related, you can always build the most recent build of Ice, of course. Fågadata working on his music contribution for the competition, I guess. Yeah, that's it.
Sen var det ett kommando på...
Rumor has it you have built a keyboard.
Ja, du får lägga upp paketet. Yes. Alltså, sen tänkte jag, kan jag göra ett tangentbord? Jag hade börjat med att kan jag göra ett USB-tangentbord som är kopplat till 64, och det kunde jag. Sen tänkte jag, nej vad fan, jag vill göra ett 64-tangentbord. Så jag gjorde det. Ja, du har den.
So it's a C64 keyboard, homemade.
Homemade, yeah. See if we can...
I see it's bugged.
Ska vi säga där, va? Ja. Ja, fix.
Is that a real screen?
Yes. Yep. Oh shit. Med GP intro. This is really nice.
Are you?
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, and you can set that also.
Do you run a C64 emulator in it, or is it just it's a keyboard?
It's a keyboard.
So you run it for your like normal PC or something, or
you can use it as an USB keyboard, or you can put this on the C64 keyboard connector and connect them. Yeah. So you can use this with your.
And these are sort of the functions for.
Yeah. And you can set a lot of things in the menu. And there's a config file on an SD card in the bottom.
Can you make more of them? Rather not.
Not right now, because the shortage makes the module unobtainium. So I have to make find out a new module to use as a CPU module.
Okay. Music competition. Yeah, this is not to show you the music, but more the music player. Nice, the arrows. It's from the local commuter trains. They use those arrows that one light to the left and one dark to the right. It looks really nice. Okay, so we just had wild compost. Yeah, very promising stuff. And they are working now really hard for doing something that I have no idea what it is. I think they're working with the C64 video because yeah, the last entry on the wild compost was the C64 thing, and yeah, that didn't look too perfect. So let's see what they're doing. Yeah, 3 guys deeply involved in trying to fix the C64 output, I would say, through some magic box, the C64 output to some magic box, and then convert that to HDMI, and then trying to get that onto the projector in good quality. That could be a lot more difficult than you would imagine. Yes. So, who do we have here? We have Kim Landreth, the organizer of the legendary FairLight parties.
Okay.
Now, quite a few years ago, but still legendary. It is.
Yeah, it's 5 years.
So
yeah.
when are we going to have FairLight again?
Well, they're going to tear down the building, unfortunately.
Okay.
And we actually reached out to the owner, but he doesn't want to let us in there because we tried to get some photos there with Jimmy.
Yeah.
And they don't want to get those in there, unfortunately. So it's going to be teared down and build new housing there, unfortunately. We're still going to try this summer again. Okay. I've been trying every year now for a few years to get in there, but we haven't managed to get there in there.
But I mean, that's sort of the data storm thing, that you have the threat of tearing down the building, but still organizing party in the building that they were eventually turned down. Oh, but now you can't even get access to it, even if it's still there, right?
During many years there was a disco, and they had like a fence around it. Yeah, okay. So it's really hard to get near the building even. Unfortunately, it's like too high. The reason why I want to talk to you is to say thanks for a great interview with Daniel, the curl interview.
Yes, I'm really
loved it.
That one.
Yeah, that was so good, and also about his development experience with curl. How does it feel if you could potentially brick something like over 2 billion devices? I mean, it took it very cool. You look more afraid, when you asked the question. Amazing. That was a good one.
Yeah, that one.
Liked it.
That one and the LFT ones are probably the 2 that I personally like the most.
And I actually shared it with my developers in the company because even though I saw you, I feel say you should need more views on that one. I think it was you need more views on that.
Yeah, share that one. Share it.
That is
been
shared. So
cool. You should watch it. You should share it. If you are working in software, share that one, and I'm sure everybody would like to see that.
Jump into 38 minutes or something. If you
No. The C64 part is the interesting part.
Well, actually, it is.
Hello, Darkness, my old friend. So there are many ways you can sort of express your interest in the platforms, the Commodore platforms, and one way is to dive into music, and there are lots of musicians, but there's also sort of the professional angle where you have, I hope you can see this Therap SID. So it's a dual SID thing. You play SIDs on it, and then you can sort of on the fly fiddle with it and make the sound. So Thomas, you had this, and you were really annoyed that it didn't sound like you wanted, and the software was bugged, and eventually they actually released the software as open source, and you have been doing a lot of that, and that is now sort of in the public release of this thing. So take us through it.
Yeah, sure.
I've just told you everything I know about this, so now we have the expert actually telling us, and possibly also playing a bit on it.
Yeah, I'll try it. So this is a synth module, a MIDI synth module. It's called Twisted Electrons, and the device is called Therap SID. it has 2 SID chips, real SID chips inside, or slots for it.
And you have populated it with one of each, one old and one new.
One 6581 and one 8580. So in the normal case, it's a MIDI controlled synth module. You play with the keyboard. I had it. The firmware became open source quite recently, and I fixed some bugs for it, and then I went in to add some new features for it. And one thing that was done when the Electron SID station was released many years ago was that, and that had one SID chip, was that it could play C64 SID tunes with a application called ACID. So they found out a protocol sending MIDI files, sending C64 SID files over MIDI to the SID station and play it back.
So you basically take over the MIDI bus and you replace the MIDI protocol with your own protocol.
So it's sending register updates to the SID in the SID station. So I wanted to add that feature to this one as well. So I did that, and since this machine also has a lot of different knobs and buttons and lights and LEDs, you could show what's happening within the SID, and you can also remix things live. So I can play back some song here. Let's see if I can take some song here.
And the front end you are using now, that's also one of the interesting parts.
Yeah, that's true. So the client application that sends this ACID was developed by Electron back in the early 2000. It's only for Windows and the very, very old versions of Mac, not compatible with today's Macs. So DeepSID, the browser-enabled SID player, has a number of plugins. So at the same time as doing this, I also implemented a plugin for DeepSID. So it actually sends these commands to the TheraPSID. It means that you can basically play most Commodore 64 SID files. So yeah, I can take some song here. Let's see.
Yeah, let's see if we can see anything here, but channel 1, channel 2, channel 3.
Yeah. So channel 1, 2, 3, you see what kind of waveforms are playing. So if the sync is on. This one I'm using to display the filter, the cutoff frequency. This one is the resonance. On these LEDs, you can see which voices are routed to the filter. On this one, you see what kind of filter type is running. And then I can start remixing. I can mute channels or change waveform or something. I can start filtering. I can change a lot of things to make it weird and go back to the original. So, and this one has 2 SIDs, so the same instructions are sent to both of them. And that means that you can also have different settings for them. So you can detune and have one set of tuning for one SID and another for the other one. It's kind of hard to hear it right now maybe, but it's possible.
especially with the noise in the background.
Yeah. But anyway, so, and this thing, the thing we did right now is available for everybody that owns this device. It's an official firmware and it's official DeepSID. However, just some days ago I've added some new developments that are not released publicly yet. And there is support for this little box. It's a TM1 interface which was made to increase the MIDI bandwidth for a synth called machine drum. And normally the MIDI protocol only allows for basically what we just heard. If you want to have higher frequency updates or multiple SIDs, MIDI can't handle it. But with this one, you can. It can increase the speed up to 10 times if you implement it. So what I've done is I can press the, if I press this button here, I'm going into, I thought at least I was. No. I'm not. Let's see. Yeah, okay. I'm in turbo mode,
Yeah.
meaning that now commands are sent
So
twice the speed.
this one now negotiate with Therapsid.
Yeah.
So you increase the protocol speed.
By 8 in this case.
That's great.
So that means that I can send much more commands.
Yeah.
And in my case, I now used it to be able to play stereo SID files, and also with a higher frequency. So let's see if this works. I can take, yeah. So this is a stereo SID.
And now the little weird thing is that you're using one channel is the old SID and one channel is the new SID, and presumably the tune is sort of made for one of them and less perfect on the other one.
Yeah.
I guess normally you would have two of the same if you want to support stereo, but
It's like taste, I guess, what kind of things. But when using this module as a synth, it's good to have one of each of them. But of course, if you want to play a stereo SID made for two 8580s, you can put two 8580s in. Also, there are emulations of SID chip these days that can emulate both of them. But anyway, so with this one, it's now running the stereo SID. So you can see what's happening in, this is SID 2, this is SID 1. So I can mute and change voices on each of them. Maybe take something else like this one that goes in, I think this one. This one.
Flex.
Yes, Flex. It's using also double speed.
Yeah.
So it's double speed and two SIDs.
Okay.
So it's kind of a high frequency MIDI protocol right now.
Are you now pushing? Because that would be like 4 times.
It's 4 times.
Yeah.
So it's not pushing because it's 8 times right now that is maximum. So I can make it go faster. But and then of course you can.
But I mean, the use case for this thing, where
So
who would buy this Therapsid?
I would say 98% would use it as a synth module for their studio, MIDI interface and so on.
And then you would have your own music, and you would play your own music, and then when you are playing this live, you would fiddle with.
The normal use case is to use it as a regular synth. You select one patch, you play it with a keyboard, or you use it in a studio or something. But maybe some people are interested in C64 SIDs, and they can then use Deep SID with this one, and visualize the SIDs and see how they are made, or remix them live in front of audiences. And if you are the author of a SID, you probably know how it's done, and then you can bring up things before the drop and change timings, change all kinds of things. So it depends on the user basically. But it can be. I think it's fun to both see how SIDs are made and then use them in a live situation and remix. So I've done that for audience and doing things like tweaking it live, which is kind of fun.
But I mean, if you have Deep SID, you have the tune and you can load it into the software that the composer used to compose it. So then you can actually deep dive into it.
Of course.
But
even more detailed and much more accurate, because the Deep SID can handle diggies, which this one can't because it's too fast. But
that's sort of the only limitation you've told so far, the diggy part.
Yeah, the diggies that will not be possible since the update frequency is in the kilohertz range.
So even with this one, it's too slow.
It's too slow. It's too slow for that. But there might be interesting ways of solving that in other ways, actually.
So the key thing would be, if you are a musician, you would want to have this because you would like to live play SID stuff. But looking at other people's SID stuff is more like a geeky side effect, which you can also do, but which is really fun as well. So.
It's fun, and you can remix them. That can be fun. But as I said, the normal case is to use. I mean, you do like this. If you exit this acid mode, now it's a regular synth with different patches. So sound number 64 sounds in one way, sound number 65 in another. So it's like just any kind of synth module.
But I mean, if you are a composer on the 64 and you have a lot of tunes and you would like to do some sort of like live thing, and you want that live thing not to be like playing a playlist from Spotify, but you would like to make the experience for that particular instance a bit special, and then you can run your songs and you can manipulate the song on the fly with it, right?
Absolutely, and that is, I think, the best use case. When you are the author of a SID, you know how it's built, you know what tracks are using what. Maybe you have done a stereo SID, and you want to perform it for a studio, for live audience.
Have you done any songs yourself? So
yeah, I've done. I mean, I've done a lot of songs. Not many released actually. However, I have made recently some songs for Game Boy. We have released together with Dalton over here, not sitting there right now. We have made. He's actually over there.
Yeah.
We have made three different Game Boy games, and I've made the music for that one.
Cool. But then you couldn't use this, right?
No.
That's a totally separate thing. So.
Totally separate thing. So,
but I mean,
but I haven't released any C64 SIDs yet. I will.
But I mean, diving into this and then making songs on another platform, that feels a bit weird. Like, why?
I mean, I like many kinds of synths.
Yeah, of course.
C64 SIDs is one thing, Game Boy is another, Amiga is another, and tons of different analog synths is another. So it's.
Well, I mean, you should make demo songs, and I mean, for the next year, you should perform and use this as a thing during your performance. So.
I might do that.
This is where you heard it first. Cool. Thank you so much, Thomas.
Thank you.
My pleasure. Yeah, this is. We saw this already at X. This is Kim and his Scene Life game. A board game around the theme of scene stuff, and so represented here you can see a number of groups and a number of people, and the idea is to be a successful scener. You run a group and you recruit people and you make releases, be it demos or cracks or whatever, and yeah, I guess like 90% of this game is about the references to the groups that you might know and the people you might know, and sort of play them yourself. Managing groups, really interesting concept. Threshold was a bit too high for me for just looking into it, but I'm sure it will be worth the effort, and it's still in sort of in beta testing. So he's producing cards. He's sitting here producing cards most of the time. So because they have a front side and a back side, and so he cuts them and sort of puts them into small plastic pockets. So really interesting. It's still very manual, but eventually this will be a good game. I'm absolutely positive, because he's so dedicated in making it a good one. So I'm sure it will be. Okay, so we are now at the situation where I guess the results are going to be announced. They said midnight, but I'm not sure about that. So I'm just taking around so you can see. Oh, sorry. So you can take a look at the people now. It's late in the night, and yeah, the improper stuff is brought to life. Hanging it up now. And any new dedicated players.
Yeah. This guy I was just playing with.
Yeah?
He's teaching game design in Copenhagen.
Okay, found like glitches in the dots, or?
Also, he's giving me a lift home now.
Okay.
So even better.
That's a win-win. Who was that?
He is the cracking Dane from Triangle.
Okay. TCD? Who was also the creative Dane when he was doing demos, I think.
I don't know.
Yeah, same guy.
I've heard of
same
him.
guy. The acronym could be spelled out twice in two different ways.
Sure.
Yeah.
Funkar på så många som möjligt. Så. Är du tillbaka igen?
CD32. Hi, my Polish friend. I'm wearing this.
You need to recharge from time to time.
He might be that. I think I turned it off because to save battery.
Save battery for the evening.
Yes. This thing. Where is that? Like that. The skugga. The skugga. Ja just det är så här fram på kvällen så kommer porttidningarna fram. Ja. The stuff you can buy from the local grocery store. Really important to keep updated, so great work.
Hello.
Hello again. Yeah, we have seen this and yeah, keeping a low profile.
Vi kan väl ha det som en bubbla. Ja, vi har det som bubbla, definitivt.
Taper and Mogwai. Taper of Triad and Mogwai of Defiers, I guess. Yeah.
Hello.
Scooby, the guy you met before, Mr. Assembly 64. Yes.
Yes.
That was everything. Yeah, now we're at the car park, so that's everything you get for tonight. Next thing, I guess, will be when we eventually get the results, and that could be sometimes now or sometimes like in an hour. Let's see.
So, for the entrance fee, I guess I've got it from everybody. But if you feel that you have forgotten whatever, you still have the QR code, or you can pay me by cash.
Or by love.
Or by love. Physical love.
Have a beautiful woman.
What do you prefer, love or money?
From you, love. From all of you.
From me, money.
Yeah. The second thing I have to say is I have to give a huge thanks to Fred, who has been the master of this console. He's been my saving angel for this console. He has made it all possible.
Yes, discipline.
And the third thing is that the prizes from tonight are from Unbreached and Move from GP. And the way I've chosen to give these results is that the winner of each category gets to pick a prize. And we will start with the C64 graphics.
Grattis
The winner of the C64 graphics competition at Pågadata 2023 is the Sarge. Congratulations, Sarge.
Du får välja en sak.
You may think about it. I'll continue with the next category, which is the C64 demo category. And the winner of the C64 demo competition at Pågadata 2023
Tack.
Jävlar vad man kanske take a drag.
Vad ska jag välja då?
Det är inte
tåg som går och 20.
Faktiskt.
Eller en gåtepåse.
Okej.
Ska man?
Ja, ta gåtepåse. Ja, då får jag få alla svarta.
All right, back to the C64 demo winner. The winner, yeah, I haven't announced it yet.
What?
The winner of the C64 demo competition at Pågadata 2023 is FairLight with
Du får hämta det, du.
Grattis Migge.
Ja.
Bra jobbat.
Fick du inte gjort en jävla skit för det där?
Bra som upptäckte frågan.
Gottepåse.
Ja men det är klart.
Figge, gottepåse.
Ja men den tar vi.
Vad du är lakrisen för mig?
Migge!
Fan. Grattis.
The third category is C64 music.
Biggest.
And the winner in that competition is FairLight.
Yes!
Vad ska jag nu säga till Hedning?
Ja.
Hedning.
Okay, so the result is in. The result is in, and we have a winner in the graphics competition. That's the Sark.
And it's Fegelhus.
We have a winner in the music competition, and that's Fegel.
Yeah,
and we have a winner in the demo competition, and that is FairLight. Yes!
FairLight proves.
Yes! Okay, so we are on the Sunday, and a lot of people left already, but I'm here with Snacks, the guy behind the event. So tell us, what's your general conclusion? I know this is sort of fresh, but your feelings and thoughts about it.
Yeah, it's been a fantastic party. I'm so grateful for all the attendees.
Yeah.
It's been super. Everybody has been so well behaved.
Yeah.
I love the compos. We had some issues, ups and downs, but it's the first party, so I wouldn't expect anything.
I mean, it's a learning curve. I mean, you have to expect, and to be honest, the ups and downs, the downs, I don't think most people would even have noticed them. So
no, I hope not. No, it's been super great.
And you already promised the second one, at least the second one. Yeah, for sure.
Pågadata 2024.
Yes,
that's on me.
Yes. Any key learnings? What will you? What are sort of the strong points and sort of the weak points?
It's a good question. I had Freed on the compo machines. He's been great, but I think we need more people on that for the next year. Maybe a dedicated guy for the Amiga and one dedicated for the C64.
Okay.
And maybe one for the streaming. So I don't know, a stronger crew.
Okay.
more people in the crew. Other than that, deadline, of course, that was an issue. And also the compo schedule. I've had some opinions about it. But on the other hand, I'm planning to, I don't know, mess up the compos for the next year. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but...
Oh, you mean special ones like Henning always throwing in like a curveball one?
Kind of. I'm gonna try to do something very different. Hopefully.
Okay,
I'm
interesting.
sketching up a lot of ideas, collecting opinions about them. Brainstorming. We'll see.
I heard Skuggan promising sort of a voting system by next year.
Yeah. He's been working hard on those things.
So he generated the voting sheets now, but next year should be a digital one, he said. So.
Yeah. Also a printer at the party, because he printed all the vote sheets at home, and that created delays and stuff.
Yeah, because there was a bit of an issue, especially connected to deadlines. So when he generated them, you didn't have all the attendees yet, so you had to throw it in again. Okay.
I think from my viewpoint, the deadline issue was the biggest down. Yeah. But even that wasn't, I think that everybody who wanted to participate in the compo got to do that.
Yeah. Sarge was late, but I guess you wouldn't want to have missed that opportunity because it was a good one.
He got so many tens in the voting. It's crazy.
Yeah, really strong. Yeah.
Really strong.
And I guess the FairLight learning is that gray dots are really cool, but they don't really come across on all computers and not on projectors. But we pulled it off anyway, and I'm really happy people could see what was not really apparent on the screen.
Yeah, it was a really cool demo, very janky.
What is that?
It's kind of sketchy. It worked first, but then it didn't work, and then at the compo it worked half. I think it switched in the middle and stopped working.
It sort of faded. I think it was there, but then it was less apparent in the end.
Very impressive to have such a unpredictable effect.
But most of the compo machines would have dual SIDs, but having dual VICs, no, not really, no.
Not common, no.
Super, and thanks so much for taking the time to do this, and I was happy to be here, and I will be happy to be here next year as well. So
thank you.
See you then.
See you then.
Okay, behind every young and ambitious guy, there is somebody that is preparing all the foundation, doing all the plumbing, ensuring things work silently in the background, and Pågadata's silent in the background overlord is Skuggan.
FairLight's gardener, janitor.
My personal janitor for my summer house. Whenever something goes wrong in the summer house, Jesper is there to fix it out. When I'm 500 kilometers away, I need somebody reliable on location. And you have been instrumental to this being a success. But all super modest, and not everybody knows about it. But I think everybody should know the amount of work you invested in this. So tell us about what's your experience? You brought your entire family here. You had Amanda was here, but that was only briefly. That was just visiting.
Stolen hamburger.
Okay.
But Anton and his friend.
Yeah. So your son and his friend were running the kitchen, and then when they were out on Saturday evening, you had your wife here as well. So this was a family gathering for the Klingvalls.
Yeah. We pulled it through though.
Yeah.
I don't know how many 100 burgers I flipped, but it was a lot. I will not eat burgers for a while.
Yeah, if Sky would have done it, it would have taken 2 weeks.
Yeah, but his luxury hamburgers. Ours are sloppy burgers, I guess.
But I mean, you did you ensured that this place has fiber, so we had really good Wi-Fi, and the reason that I could upload these videos to Torsten in a timely manner is because of the speed here of internet. Back in the summer house, it's really crappy, so thanks for that. If you watch this on FairLight TV, this is because this guy did his job, and the amount of power cords and stuff you bought. And,
that was. I emptied the stock in 2 stores just with power, power outlets. Yeah. And then we bought this
The projector
canvas, and the projector was here. I bought another projector, but I don't need it anymore. So this was very good. What do we do more? Yeah, the sound. I would have overhaul.
Yeah, you're the Twitch computer for the number of
I
people.
built a stream computer. It works mostly okay. Next year it will be better, the technique. And also I built a system for voting and scheduling. We didn't use it that much. We did it to generate the voting sheets. But next year it will be finished. Everything to ease the party party, because you know everyone is.
Yeah, but the first one, it's like pancakes. The first one is always a bit strange, but the next one will be perfect pancake.
Well, this is a cozy place, and some dudes are really taking advantage, like FairLight.
The Fria Bad, they didn't attend the party. They moved in for the weekend.
They moved in.
With their flamingos and sofas and drink tables, and they actually bought buckets of sand. I don't think they were allowed to have the sand indoors, so they used it to write the Fria Bad marketing messages in the parking space using the sand. So
that's smart.
Did you sleep anything?
No.
No, okay.
No, I slept at the hospital. I apparently was dried out.
So you were dehydrated?
Yeah, and a kidney stones attack in the middle of the night. So I just got back from the hospital. I will try to sleep when I get back. My vacation starts now. I will enjoy it. So
yeah, you really should. So thanks, Jesper. It's been a super pleasure, and you are such an asset. Thank you. One of the other instrumental guys, the guy that was handling the stream, the C64, the Amiga, that made everything work smoothly when Snex was behind the microphone. And, Smoothish, yeah. You had TNT calling, and there was a bit of a fiddling with.
He coached us a bit.
Yeah, That's one of his things. That and D-Rot that would be his thing. So, thank you so much for doing excellent work, and
thank you for coming,
you are one
Marcus.
of the continuing from Gubbdata, because you did basically the same thing at Gubbdata. So
I was the janitor at Gubbdata as well, so I came here to be a janitor. But this time Skuggan took over the pencil sharpening duties. So,
great fit.
Even better.
Thanks so much. All the best. See you next year.
Yeah, see you.